Hello everyone, I'm Dave, and we are going to be testing some different beers. This is the first one of these I've decided to do, and we have a special beer from Cigar City. It's Beoir Le Caife, and been wanting to try this for a while, but I also wanted to kind of share it, and I wrote down some notes and stuff that I looked up on it, and so we're going to sample it, and we'll go from there. Got a refrigerated glass, not too cold. Smells good. This is a brown ale with lactose and coffee that's been rested in Jameson barrels. This was part of the the Jameson did the Castmate series where they were aging Jameson in craft stout barrels, craft stout beer barrels, and so this was kind of went the other way around. It's kind of a partnership with Cigar City and Jameson. It's pretty interesting. So this is a brown ale, 6% alcohol, not too bad. On the IBU, the International Bitterness Unit scale, it's a 22. Which is more on the lighter side, maybe the sweeter side. Real hoppy stuff that's more bitter would be a good scale is 1 to 100, so that would be on the higher end. So let's take a first sip. That's good. Brown ales are one of my favorite of all the different kinds of beers, and there's so many now, and there's so many mixes of this and that together. But brown ales are my favorite. Porters and stouts probably shortly after that. This is good. The initial taste is definitely a brown ale, a little bit nutty almost. Coffee flavor is not as overwhelming as I'd expected, and it's not as boozy as I'd expected either. I'd actually prefer a little bit more booze in there. That glass of water, I can kind of clear my palate and kind of start fresh again. Sometimes if you sample a beer too cold, you won't get the full flavor of it. So hopefully you can see this. This is a Thermopen, and this beer is at 42 degrees, which is pretty cold. That might almost be too cold. So as it rests here, maybe it will warm up a little. For instance, here, let's see. My ice water is 38 degrees. So it's not that much warmer than the ice water. 4 or 5 degrees warmer. It's good. Very drinkable. I was expecting it to be like one of those beers that you can maybe only have 1 or 2 of, but you could definitely have a few of these. Although at 6%, they might catch up with you kind of quick. But so as I thought about what I wanted to do with this whole beer tasting kind of reviewing thing, I thought maybe I'd make it somewhat educational, or we could talk about different kinds of beers, maybe bring up some different brewing terminologies or scales or whatnot. So one of them is the SRM scale, which is I think it just stands for like Standard Reference of Measure. And Standard Reference Method is what it's called. And it's actually a color scale that goes from 0 to 40. So this beer is a 25. I think I want to say it goes lightest to darkest, 0 to 40. So this beer is a 25. it looks like it to be darker than that. I mean, you could barely see through it, even holding up to the light. It's I would say it's darker than Coca-Cola. Very smooth. You get good lacing on the glass. Not a lot of head on this beer, but pretty good lacing on the glass. The Jameson flavors starting to come out a little bit. Maybe as it gets a little bit warmer. Let's see what it's up to. It's still not up any higher. So maybe I shouldn't have done the refrigerated glass. Maybe I should just done a glass right out of the cabinet. This is good though. This is really good. So there is some coffee flavor, nowhere near as strong as many other coffee beers. Lately, I've been really fortunate to find a lot of great beer. I've had Death by Coconut. Maybe I'll review that one next. That was very good. Beoir Le Caife from Cigar City is very good. I wonder if this is a departure from their Cigar City Maduro, which is one of the staples of Cigar City. I've been drinking Cigar City Maduro for 6 years probably. That's a very good brown ale. You know, coffee flavored brown ale, very good. This isn't that though. Actually, I think I might even prefer that over this. If I was going to rate this on Untappd, I'd probably give it a 3.75 out of 5. Yeah, it's good. It's better than average, but it's not great. And the flavors, I expected a wider range of flavors. There's a little coffee, there's a little bit of nuttiness from the brown ale. Maybe even a little bit of vanilla. Not getting a lot of chocolate or smokiness or any of that stuff that I'd almost some of the stuff that I was expecting, especially being coffee that's been in barrels. Anything in barrels usually has a real rich, full flavor. This just doesn't quite have that rich, full flavor. It's pretty good. It's going down easy, for sure. I think the closer I get to the bottom, the more of the Jameson flavor is coming out. Like I said, about 6%. A couple of these would catch up with you. So, thanks for watching. And if there's something particular or something you guys want to learn about, or beer you want to taste, or you want me to taste and tell you about what my opinion is, whatever that's worth, let me know in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks, guys.